What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today, Henry Cejudo reveals that he was offered a choice between high heel shoes and an Apple box at Eagle FC 44. Watch Kamaru Usman get dominated in wrestling. Robert Whittaker coach reveals the biggest improvement since the defeat to Israel Adesanya. Michael Bisping reveals Paulo Costa's next opponent, and much more news. If you are new, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and also like the video for more daily MMA content. Michael Bisping has offered his take on Sean Strickland's future in the middleweight division. He recently suggested that a fight between Sean Strickland and Paulo Costa could be next.
Strickland versus Costa, I reckon there's your next fight. That's probably the next fight for Sean Strickland, and it's a good one for Paulo Costa to get back on the horse, back on the grind, back into the title picture.
John McCarthy recently voiced his support for Joe Rogan after the UFC commentator found himself tangled in yet another controversy when a video of him saying the N-word went viral. In a recent episode of the Weighing In podcast, McCarthy defended Rogan by saying this.
I agree with you in that, first off, Joe Rogan's a friend of mine. And I'm going to say that I've known Joe since UFC 12. That's when he was first hired to be the backstage guy. It was this actually pretty thin, skinny comedian guy that I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He had hair. He's a good looking guy. And I started talking to him in the airport and talking fights and talking things. And we started just really talking martial arts because he was coming from this Taekwondo background. And honestly, immediately I was kind of like, oh shit. But then he started telling me I'm training with Carlson Gracie and I'm doing this and doing that. And what about this? And immediately you could see, hey, this guy he's got a pretty good grasp of what's going on in this. And hey, this guy's kind of smart. I'm going to say this about it. People are always going to take shots at people at the top. Joe Rogan is at the top. Joe Rogan is as good a human being. He doesn't have a racist bone in his body. He's as good a human being as you'll find. He has done exactly what you said. He has started more podcasts for people, helped them start, got them going, told them this is what you need to do, and pushed them in that direction and given them that shove that they needed to actually get it going, and has changed people's lives in that fashion. He's done things as far as what people don't know about Joe and what he's done for people. I've been all over the world. I've seen all kinds of unbelievable things. I've seen horrible things in my life. I've seen fantastic things in my life.
Israel Adesanya has said he has very little to no brain damage despite his long kickboxing and mixed martial arts career. In the majority of his UFC fights, he has been able to control the pace of the bouts. Outside the war with Kevin Gastelum, nobody has really been able to land a heavy volume of shots on him.
Combat sports. Look, this life isn't for everyone. This game isn't for everyone, especially if you play the game stupid. Because I don't play the game. That's why I still have my wits about me. I'm able to speak to you clearly. I don't slur. Have very little or no brain damage because I fight intelligent. I say just have fun with this. That's the main thing, have fun. But if this lifestyle, from what you've seen, looks like it's something you want to do or it's a calling, then pick the right gym.
Henry Cejudo was on commentary duty as Khabib Nurmagomedov's MMA promotion, the Eagle FC, made its US debut. Cejudo generated some hilarious comments on social media after he was seen wearing platform heels to the event.
And the schmo wants to start off right from the gate with Shoegate. Eagle FC, excellent debut the other week, but what's the deal with those shoes, man? Come on, Triple C.
Listen, they gave me some options, schmo. They said, listen, man, you can wear a little high top shoes, or we're going to give you an Apple box. And I was like, you know what, dude, so we ended up buying the shoes. I was like, you know what, these shoes give you an extra 2 inches. I'm going to go with the shoes. So whichever way it is, whichever way you want to cut, slice, and dice it, I was either going to be on top of a box or I had to wear some 2-inch shoes. So anyways, I went for the shoes, schmo.
Kamaru Usman is widely regarded as one of the most well-rounded mixed martial artists. The Nigerian Nightmare is known for his wrestling and clinch game, which ranks among the best in the division. Usman, however, was clearly out-grappled by former college wrestling legend Kel Sanderson. Robert Whittaker's head coach has explained what they have learned heading into the rematch with Israel Adesanya.
What can you say to us, Alex, about Whittaker's change since he lost to Adesanya back on October of 2019?
The first and the major change was that Rob was training and competing for so many years since a young age, like with pretty much no stopping in between fights, like just, like the 2-3 weeks, another camping. And he got to a point that he was a little bit, like burned with the whole thing. So he took, I think, about 3 months off, had a good think about it. Even he was talking about stop to fight. And after 3 months, he come back to the gym. He decided, that's what I love to do. And he came back with a newfound love for the training, for the martial art. He started to train with the gi again. He started to be happy to be on the gym, to be training. So this is the major training, the major change, I guess. And then we start to adapt a little bit. I think we learn a lot from that loss from Israel. A few things that make Rob a very dangerous opponent. I mean, a dangerous fight with in his previous fight. I think he was coming from 9 wins in a row before he lost to Adesanya. But we learn a lot, like that. When you got to a level of striking, few things gotta be, the basics gotta be sounding. So we start to change a little bit. We start to adapt. We start to be a little bit more, get all the fundamentals right. And he got better. He got a little bit better with Darren Till. He got better with Cannonier. He got better with Gaston. But the biggest improvement with like, I have no doubt, the biggest improvement that was made in Robert's game was in between the last fight with Gaston for this fight with Israel Adesanya. He's probably gonna be potentially he can be the best Robert Whittaker you guys ever seen.
The mental warfare and battle wars continue between Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker ahead of their highly anticipated clash at UFC 271. The Last Stylebender has refused to buy into Whittaker's recent comments.
Back to it, I guess I humbled him to the sense that he can't say the shit he was saying the first time around, because he was talking all that shit, saying this and that. Oh, I think
that Adesanya isn't as good as he
thinks he is. I remember that. I'm the elephant in the fucking room. I never forget. So I remember that. Oh, Israel's not as good as he thinks he is. So I was just like, I bet. I'll show you how great I think I am. Just because you don't think you're that great doesn't mean I have to think less of myself. This is the thing I hate about Kiwi culture sometimes. It's like you have to think less of yourself to be accepted. I'm like, fuck all that. I think I'm the shit. Like Twist or my other coaches, some of them will watch the interview and like, or Pops will like, have you seen the interview? I'm like, And I saw a little snippet of what he was saying. It's like he finds it hard to kind of swallow. It's a hard pill for him to swallow. He's admitting it. He's saying the right things, but he's not believing it. His ego still won't let him, and that's his downfall. His ego, And people try to say that about me leading up to the first fight. Oh, he's too egotistical. He's not humble like Whittaker. I'm like, bro, stop. I am extraordinarily humble, Drax.